Hello people, we're here today. It's QT. I've got my Hazard, my young Jedi here with me. Say something,
Yep, it's Hazard, I'm here.
What we're talking about today is interacting with your followers. First of all, we're going to start off from the website point of view. Obviously, that would be your members, your subscribers. Now, there is ways that you need to interact with them. I mean, if you have a comment section, obviously we've relayed in other videos that people comment in on your website adds up to your rankings. It just ticks a couple of little mini boxes and it shows the Google bot that your site is interactive. And before that, it didn't used to be so important, but right now it is imperative that you do that because it really does count for your rankings, basically. I mean, if you're running campaigns, competitions, whatever have you, you just want a lot of activity. You're not going to be able to get it every day, all day, but if you're doing stuff and you're making things happen and you're interacting with your people, there'll be splurges. Sometimes you'll be splurges, more comments than others at certain times, and that's what you want to generate. Has it?
Yeah, basically, you want them to be able to interact with you and even interact with each other, your followers.
Yeah.
You know, you could, you want to have it so that your subscribers and members are actually a community within themselves, and you need to build that place where they could commune together, and those sections on your website where they could put in comments, they could discuss things with each other. So you want to have an area where they could comment, mention things with each other, and areas where they could get at you as well.
Yeah. And also, you want to be in a position or even think of things or topics that you can get your members to interact with. Little secret to that, because they will make all the comments themselves. If you can do that, that's really good. I don't know, say something controversial, or while they're commenting, you answer questions or even comment on somebody's comment that they've made that interacts or even spurs on another question. And people will interact with that. There's ways of doing it. I mean, it's obviously just creating conversations. Or even say, as I said, say something controversial a little bit. Give the answer, but say something that spurs on conversation so people will talk to each other within your page. Or it's just like your Facebook and people commenting and interacting with each other. But just look at it like that, really.
Yeah, definitely. And, you can have social interactions, the sections on your page as well. You got your commenting section with your blog. You might have it in a Facebook way or in a social way. But in a social way, it's basically, it is what it says. It's social, it's people mingling with each other on a more social level, in a friendship way, talking about their interests and whatnot. So just remember that if you're using the social side of it or doing it on a social site, it is going to be more on that level. If you want to, if you want to talk about more intense sort of things in a business way or in a money making way, or talking about, you're getting into the intricacies of the product now and people are discussing things like that, I would suggest that that's when you start to do things on your website or on your members area.
Okay, people, I want to give you another major tip. It may seem simple, but it is very highly effective. You haven't got a choice. You have to do it, which is when people comment on your website or your Facebook, because obviously you can have Facebook on your site as well, all the different social sites, plus just straight commenting from your website or your blog. Now, when people comment on your blog, obviously you're going to have multiple blogs. Hopefully that's how you're working. You're going to have, I don't know, for example, we're in the middle of summer, you got blogs from January, okay? So think about it. The first couple of blogs didn't really do that much or do that well. It doesn't matter. It's all about time. You will accumulate quite a few numbers of blogs, and within that people will comment and you want to answer those comments. And sometimes, as I said, you want to give a question, you want to lead, you want to sometimes even be controversial, you want to answer their information, but you cannot leave your blog dead. You have to show that you're interacting with the people. Or like, for example, what I see a lot of is like some 10 people commented about a specific thing in what you said or whatever information that you were relaying, and then you might answer the question, because it's like you're answering all 10 of those people's questions at the same time. They might have similar questions, or you might just take 10 people commented, you'll answer all their questions individually in a slight way or more in a blanket way if they all asking. But I didn't understand that bit when you did this. You just clarify it for all of them. You know what I mean? Do it in a sort of a more of a blanket way, sort of blanket but personal. Like, say if John commented, yes John, what's up mate, you all good? Yeah, this is what I meant, hopefully this gives you a bit of clarity, you know, you just got to be like customer friendly with this, very customer friendly with it, and just answer questions honestly and be you. Don't do it in an official way like you sound like a robot or a commercial company. That will just kill your vibe.
Yeah, and don't leave it too long to respond back to them as well, because that just looks bad. You know, if people have asked questions on your blogs and they could see when they've posted that question and you haven't responded yet, and it's been a few days or even a couple weeks or something, that just looks bad, and people will just mark you down for it. You know, and you know your followers just won't appreciate it. They won't respect you. They might even stop. You're messing with your community. You're messing with the area where people mingle. You're messing with it. You're basically, if they don't feel you're there and a part of it, they might not want to be a part of it as well. That's possible. You don't want to mess with that.
And people will see this from the commenting. I mean, you can have obviously people will talk to each other, but if there's a blatant question, somebody will say, "But you haven't answered my question yet." That doesn't look good on your blog, does it? So you don't want that happening. So this is why we're talking about it a lot, so it doesn't happen, because I'm sure you've seen it yourself, and obviously you only know that we relay reality over to you.
And if you are able to have a system, you know, where people can, where if you've got loads of different blogs and loads of different places where people comment, and you know you have got a system where you get notified in one place when people comment, so that you could go and check it out. That would be a good system to have. And also you don't want to. Here's a good tip, and I have to rate QT for doing this tip from a long time ago. Basically, is to reuse your answers to the questions. Basically, you know, people are going to keep asking the same questions again, and obviously you've seen places where they use frequently asked questions, and you should do that as well. But reuse your same answers. Don't when you've written an answer to someone, don't just delete it or forget about it. Save it, store it somewhere in a text document, and save it and categorize it properly, because you might need to draw for that same answer again. It just helps to streamline. You don't have to repeat thinking of the answer again and typing it out again. It's to save you time, which is money.
Okay, I'd add thank you, Hazard, for that. I remember doing that way back in the day, even before blogs and 2.0. Yeah, your frequently asked questions, you can lead them to somewhere, lead them to a page. And you might think, leading them to a page, you've just from 1 to 15 with all my questions and answers. Think like the customer and relay it all down. Obviously, there's going to be people that might ask you a question that you didn't think of, and you think, okay, now you've answered, you've given them this a solution for that. Now you just add it to your Q&A. Yeah, just add it to your Q&A. So what does that cut down? You might think, that's so simple. You're not masterminding me right now. Listen to the theory behind the theory. Is that you're not doing customer service, are you? You're not doing customers. The more less interactivity in that side, like customer service, you have to do, because everything is so explanatory before their faces. People will respect you for that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things that I buy, and I buy a hell of a lot of courses and stuff like that to keep up to date with stuff. I don't email them about anything. Yeah. Because I read what other people are saying, and some of you'll recognize people that are on the same kind of wavelength as you, and they're asking the questions, so I get the knowledge. So why am I wasting my time? They've answered the questions, and as far as I can see, that might not even be my problem, because everything is self-explanatory. Self-explanatory, in your face. Your Q&R questions and anything else new that you bring to the table, but make it systematic. You've seen a lot of the videos and stuff that we've done before, or that's in this course. Systematical. Make a system out of it.
Yeah. I mean, people will be grateful that you're there to answer questions, but if you've made it so layman and so obvious what it is they have to do. That's initially what they want. If they get something from you, a product or whatever, if it's so self-explanatory and they don't need to ask you questions, that's the perfect thing. But you still need to be seen as you're there available if they do need to ask you anything. And with your frequently asked questions, your page, you need to make sure that it is accessible on your site, and that's where you would want to direct them first as well. And basically, you want to make sure that every page that is visible to see where the frequently asked questions is, even before it's visible to see where to contact you is, because that's it saves you work as well. If you've already answered a question in the frequently asked questions, you want them to see that first before they see asking you a question. But don't hide your contact.
No, that's an absolute no. People won't trust you either. They won't be feeling you. Basically, they just. Why are you hiding? Don't hide. Put yourself out there. But to add to that, if a certain question keeps coming up, and you just think it's so lame and people should possibly know this already, do a short video and add that to your Q&Rs as well. Add videos. I'm talking about if you've got members sites, you're subscribing. Doesn't matter, whatever your product. I'm just trying to keep it product niche friendly right now so everybody can get onto this and take in information. Just do a short little video explaining everything, because this question keeps bugging you. You keep answering questions about it. Do a short video. Have 50 videos about how you can use the site better or any information. It's just that you will not end up doing customer service. The least customer service you need to do, the better for you. Okay, well, that's it for this video. We're wrapping up as we always do. See ya!
See ya!